Hi there, my name is Lucas James, and if you don't know who I am, I was able to grow my business to over $1.7 million in revenue as of last year as a kid in his 20s, and I'm here today to help you learn how to do it as well. I'm the owner of Twiz, and I'm here to basically share as much knowledge as I possibly can with people who are watching and consuming this content so we can all grow and scale online. So in this video, I'll be talking about some of the best ways to close more people and persuade them to buy your services. Now, the first thing that you can do to become better at sales and persuasion is to actually reverse your own psychology when it comes to closing business. Now, this was a huge aha moment for me, and I got this aha moment from reading this book called Spin Selling. If you go look it up, it's incredible. I think it was created in the 80s. It's been around forever. It's a primer on how to close a lot of deals. Now, the thing is, the best way to close deals is to not actually seem like you're trying to close people. The more you seem like you're trying to close someone and the more closing tactics that you use, the less likely they are to be able to buy. Now, closing tactics are good in theory to have in the back of your mind, just to know the general framework of how to get a deal done. But if you don't actually focus on getting the non-impulsive sales energy out from your brain, then you're not going to be able to actually close people. And what I mean by this is it's a term called sales breath. You might have even heard of it. It's also called commission breath. It's really off-putting to people. And as a buyer of a lot of products as well from my business and services, I hate when people are too salesy. So ultimately, what you want to do is you want to establish leverage. Now, the best form of leverage is actually seeming like you don't want them to buy. And just think about it, right? The more you actually seem like you don't want to have them buy something, the better chance they're going to buy. Now, I don't mean that you should blatantly be like, oh, I don't really care about you, don't buy my services. That's not the way to do it. But what I mean is that you have to come at it from the approach of a doctor, right? So for instance, a doctor is incentivized to get you to buy something because they want you to be healthy. It's not because they want to push their supplements on you or their medicine on you. If you have that mentality, you've immediately lost your leverage because you're not coming from a place of ethical, mutual understanding or compassion. You're coming from a place of selfish gain. And you can't come from that perspective if you want to close people. And so if you want to be a doctor and you want to have that mentality, you need to think of things as, how can I help this person? They don't need to buy my stuff if they don't have the money for it, let's say, but I know they need this solution. So what can I do to get them to buy it, right? Because I know they need it. It's not because I'm trying to get a commission. It's because I know they need it. So always operate with that mentality. Now, the thing is, a lot of people get tripped up on is they say, okay, I'm not going to be salesy, so I'm never going to push the product on people. That is true to an extent because you don't want to be have too much commission breath, like I mentioned earlier. But the thing is that you do, if you know it's the right thing, it's good to be passionate about it. It's good to say, hey, what's stopping you? Why don't you buy it, right? Like, as long as this coming from a place of truly knowing that this is the best product for them. Human beings have developed over the years, over thousands of years. They've developed this sense of knowing when somebody is just trying to pull a wool over their eyes or trying to get something for their own gain. This goes back to primordial days, right? Like this is prehistorical, right? People have been operating from this ever since we were, not in our current stage as evolved humans. Like back hundreds of thousands of years ago, this is how evolutionarily we evolved, right? And so the thing is that you have to think about it as, what are the key triggers that would off-put somebody when it comes to the sales process? And usually it's when people feel like you're being selfish or you're not giving a lot of value. People can feel that, right? And so if you're coming from a place of passion and just genuine love for the product, then it's not about forcing it on anyone. You just really know they need it. If a doctor sees a tumor that's going to cause cancer or is cancerous, then they're going to be very passionate about that person removing that tumor if it's the right thing to do. So in the same sense, you need to think of it as, what are the obvious glaring issues with someone's business? And can your product actually solve it? That also means, and this is the last note I'll touch on here, that also means that you're willing to reject people who are not a good fit. And if you're not, and think about it like this, doctors have to pledge the Hippocratic Oath. And that oath basically means that they're going to do well by their patients, right? And so in that sense, you need to also kind of sign your own version of that mentally and with your business. Say, we're going to do well by our customers. And that means that if I don't feel like I can actually help somebody, I'm not going to take their money. If anything, I'm going to refund them if I know it's not a good fit or we didn't deliver them results. And if you don't have that function in your business, it's going to be very difficult for you to grow and to scale, right? So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about how to close or more deals or scale your business to millions of dollars in revenue, like I was able to do as a kid in my 20s, then feel free to ask in the comment section below, or feel free to email us. You can email me, lucas@twiz.io. Feel free to share this as well with anybody that you think would get a lot of value from learning some of this material and growing and scaling their business. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this, and stay tuned for more videos just like this on how to hit multi-million dollars in revenue for your business. Thank you.